This week's episode is sponsored by Green Chef. Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy to do with plans to fit every lifestyle. Whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced meal, Green Chef is there, offering a range of recipes to suit your preferences. It's so easy, y'all. I've been loving Green Chef. I've mentioned that I'm in my homebody era now that I, have my own space. I'm not leaving the house as much. So having Green Chef there to deliver my meals, such delicious meals, might I add, is so cute and gorgeous. The turkey bolognese is hands down my favorite. I'm obsessed. The recipes are so simple. A lot of them are low cal. So if you want to track your calories, you can do that with Green Chef. Girls, check them out. I highly recommend. And right now, the Green Chef Market is live, your one-stop shop for breakfast, lunch, and more. You can easily add more portions, other proteins, whatever. They've expanded their menu. Now you can choose from 30 recipes weekly. Like, come on now. They have it all. Like I said, any lifestyle preference or dietary needs, they got you covered. They're also super sustainable, y'all. They are the first meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offset. So that is great. I'm all about sustainability here on Unfazed and Unbothered. So lucky for you, I can save you some coins. I've got a special right now for my Unfazed and Unbothered listeners. Go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599 to get $5.99 per meal on your first box and free shipping. Again, go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599 and you will get your first box of meals for $5.99 a piece and free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Hey, my little biscuits. What the fuck is good? My name is Camo, and you're listening to another episode of Unfazed and Unbothered, the podcast where we rant, rave, and ramble about literally any and everything. If this is your first time tuning in or watching, subscribe, turn on those post bell notifications. If you are one of my girlies, sound off in the comments, the reviews, so I know you're here. Please and thank you. It is 2023, a new year. Wow. I can't believe it. Where has the time gone? I have some notes here. I'm doing my best to get in better routines, to practice better patterns or have better patterns. And one of those habits that I'm trying to practice is writing things down, making lists. I was truly inspired by the show Atypical on Netflix. I love it. Yeah, I just wrapped up all 4 seasons. I know I'm very behind. I think the show started in like 2017, but I've not been a showgirl in a long periodically time. But now that I am in my homebody era, I'm really dedicating a lot of time to catching up on a lot of these shows and things that I've really just missed out on. Yeah. I think it's important to actually watch shows. I kind of swore off watching shows and subscribing to entertainment, if you will, outside of like music, but celebrity goss and like all entertainment really, because I'm like, oh, it's just really dumbing us down. But then I kind of have been completely out of the loop. And also I feel like watching a show, like at least in my experience watching this show in particular, watching this show kind of puts things into perspective, and like you see character development and you follow the character's story and you kind of relate in some ways, and then I don't know, you kind of learn. There's things to take away from some of these shows. And so yeah, I kind of was like anti TV and media for a while, outside of just TikTok and silly social media. And I'm realizing that I am learning so many things and having so many epiphanies just watching fucking shows. So maybe they're not as detrimental to our mental as I thought, at least. And anyways, moving on. Atypical is a great show. I fucking love it. It's about a guy with autism, and it follows his life through high school and his family and their trials and tribulations. 4 seasons. It's great. I wrapped it up today, and I'm very sad because I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck are you gonna do with yourself now, Camo? What show are you gonna start next? Because I have just gotten in such a routine of watching Atypical every day, and now that it's done, I'm sad. I highly recommend it. It kept me engaged, focused. It really it was a great show, I would say. But yeah, I've got a list here. Oh, that's what I was saying. The show really inspired me because they were saying, like, notes, like there's like a theme in the show, writing lists and having notes, and that's something that I'm really trying to implement myself because I forget a lot of things, and I do these podcast episodes every week, and I'm not very organized, and I lose focus, and I miss out on a lot of things I meant to talk about. So here I am with a list right here in front of me that I'm going to start looking at. So this week, I got more laser tattoo and laser hair removal. I am just so ready to be done with at least the laser tattoo removal because it is excruciating pain, y'all. I don't get paid to lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Tattoo removal hurts 1,000 times more than the tattoo itself. The only thing I can tell you is it feels like hot bacon grease being poured on your flesh. Literally. That's what it feels like. So don't get a shitty tattoo. Don't let a crackhead do a tattoo on you. Make sure it's something you want. Make sure the placement is good. And make sure the artist is fucking reputable. Okay, so that's my advice to you. Yeah, the laser is painful. It's so fucking painful. But I'm now 6 sessions in. The tattoo has faded quite a bit. The laser hair removal, especially because I'm biologically male, my facial hair grows a lot faster than a cis woman's would, and your facial hair grows hormonally. So I'll never really be able to fully get rid of facial hair unless I get maybe like electrolysis, which I should really look into, but I don't even know if that's fully permanent. I will say though, the laser has reduced a significant amount of hair and regrowth, and now when some of my hairs grow back, it's just peach fuzz, which I can deal with. I can work around because it's so much easier to shave, and it's like blonde, so you can barely even see it. But there are still some thick patches like under my chin, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate shaving so fucking much. Which, speaking of shaving, I hate having to shave. I guess you don't listen. You don't have to shave. You don't. Ladies don't have to shave. Okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and push toxic stereotypes, I guess, onto women or people. You don't have to shave if you're a femme being, but a lot of us do, and I am one of them. And the thing I hate about shaving my armpits is, hair is there to protect the skin, and hair also prevents odor. So I'm not somebody who usually gets stinky when they perspirate, if you will. But, those fresh shave days, there's no hair there. And it can get a little rough. So make sure you're using your deodorant, because the other day, I was on the way to get some new deodorant, which, by the way, I just got this Lumi. I think I've heard about it on TikTok quite a bit, and Every time I see the ad, I'm like, I'm gonna order me some. I don't, but they finally have made their way to Target, and I saw it on the shelf, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna finally get it. Lumi, it works. It does. I've used it now for 2 days, and I really like it. But the other day, I had shaved my armpits, and I don't know why I'm telling y'all this. T fucking M I. And I was also wearing polyester, which is something that I think needs to be left in 2022, which I have a long list of things that should be left in 2022 that I'll get into once I finish my first thought. Come on, Camo, get it together. But anyways, this polyester get up that I was wearing was just not breathable, and I did not apply deodorant that morning. And a girlie just about tackled me in the checkout. Startled the fuck out of me, by the way, if you're listening. Hey, again, you were so precious, so cute, and so sweet, and you smelled great, something that I couldn't relate to you on in that very moment. So I'm so sorry if you got a whiff. But hopefully that never happens again. With Lumi, not a paid sponsorship, not a promo at all. I will let y'all know my experience with this over the weeks to come, but so far it's great. It's for pits, privates, and beyond. You can put it on your pussy, you can put it on your ass, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, privates and beyond. So it's, all skin safe ingredients, so it claims. Anyways, that was a long story for nothing. Anyways, moving on to the next bulletin I have here. I did a photo shoot, a mock photo shoot with the place that I get laser at. They did a mock photo shoot for this smart lipo procedure. I don't know if they're going to use the photos or not. I agreed to it. So if they do, that's, on me. But that experience was a little uncomfortable for me, and that's nobody else's fault but my own. I was not prepared. I did not know exactly what I was signing myself up for because I was careless and I didn't read all of the details. So that's me. That's nobody else's fault but me, and that's something I have to take accountability for. And it's something that I'm practicing a lot of in 2022 is, paying attention to the fine details. And not being so careless, because I got there and I'm meeting these photographers for the first time ever, and immediately I'm being told to strip down to my panties in a robe, which I don't know why I didn't assume that was going to happen. I mean, they're taking photos of me essentially being cut open and lipoed up and, doing the Sharpie and everything. So why I didn't nair my legs that day, I'm a little disappointed in myself. These kind ladies and all these doctors are surrounding me, and I am down in my panties. I'm a little hairy, and I'm sitting here on camera trying to maintain comfort, look peaceful and as confident as possible, because these are potentially going to be photos on their brochures and advertisements and website. But they did also get photos of me doing the procedures like the laser tattoo and laser hair removal. So I'm sure those are great, because some of the other ones I'm a little scared of. But they really got to know Camo on a level not many people get to know Camo on it. And to those girls and doctors who were there with me naked, I feel so close to you. Hold on, I need a little poppy break. 1 second. I'm a little fucking parched. That Adderall, whew, got my mouth dry as fuck. So, Poppy is great. If you know, you know. If you don't, now you do. Poppy, they are a prebiotic soda. Not sponsored, but hey, Poppy, hit me up. Raspberry rosé is my favorite flavor. It's a, what is it? What is that shit called? apple cider vinegar. An apple cider vinegar soda. It's great for gut health, and it's got only like 4 grams of sugar in it, which I love. So, anyways, next point. So, yeah, this week also was pretty cute and gorgeous because I mentioned last week how I felt like this Christmas had really woken me up to things that were really important, like family. And so, now that I'm on my own in my own house, I'm like, wow, I can essentially have whoever over whenever. And why am I not hosting little family nights? So I got really nostalgic one night and was thinking about my childhood and Monopoly. Me and my family used to play Monopoly all the fucking time. And those games would last hours and hours and hours. So I called everybody up, invited them over. We had a little pizza party. We played Monopoly. I was unfortunately first out. But I was also kind of happy because I was getting really antsy and my back was hurting sitting at that table. So I made my way to the couch and finished up atypical. Yeah, but it was a great time. I had this idea to make a family playlist so that anytime my family is together, we can all listen to music that all of us want to hear. So I was like, listen, let's make a playlist before we play Monopoly. Everybody add 5, 6 songs. It can be anything. It can be foreign music. It can be silly. It can be sad. It can be whatever you're feeling. I don't give a fuck. It can be any genre. Add it in there. Everybody took a turn passing my phone around, adding all this eclectic music. And we just played it. It was cute. There was like Christmas music. There was Spanish music. There was all kinds of music in there, and it was just so cute. And I think that that's something maybe some of y'all could practice. I don't know, just an idea. It was a spur of the moment thing for me, and now forever I have this playlist that we can just continue adding music to as time goes on. And it's just a family playlist. So steal my idea. Maybe that's not even an idea. I don't fucking know what I'm saying at this point, but yeah, Monopoly. This week's episode is sponsored by Green Chef. Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy to do with plans to fit every lifestyle. Whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced meal, Green Chef is there, offering a range of recipes to suit your preferences. It's so easy, y'all. I've been loving Green Chef. I've mentioned that I'm in my homebody era now that I, have my own space. I'm not leaving the house as much. So having Green Chef there to deliver my meals, such delicious meals, might I add, is so cute and gorgeous. This week I tried the Mediterranean chicken. Oh my goodness. I think it might be my new favorite. I'm sorry to the turkey bolognese, but I love me a Brussels sprout and an artichoke and that chicken. I'm obsessed. The recipes are so simple. A lot of them are low cal. So if you're worried about your figure, the new year is here. So if you want to track your calories, you can do that with Green Chef. Girls, check them out. I highly recommend. And right now, the Green Chef Market is live, your one-stop shop for breakfast, lunch, and more. You can easily add more portions, other proteins, whatever. They've expanded their menu. Now you can choose from 30 recipes weekly. Like, come on now. They have it all. Like I said, any lifestyle preference or dietary needs, they got you covered. They're also super sustainable, y'all. They are the first meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offset. So that is great. I'm all about sustainability here on Unfazed and Unbothered. So lucky for you, I can save you some coins. I've got a special right now for my Unfazed and Unbothered listeners. Go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599 to get $5.99 per meal on your first box and free shipping. Again, go to greenchef.com/unfazed599 and use my code unfazed599 and you will get your first box of meals for $5.99 a piece and free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. I went to IKEA yesterday. I did a little shopping. I brought my sister. She has never been to IKEA prior to that experience, and it was just that, an experience. I, of course, had to get the Swedish meatballs. You can't go to IKEA and not. They were delicious, but the mashed potatoes were bland as fuck. Do the Swedish not believe in sodium? I don't know. I have no idea. They sure as fuck believe in sugar though, because that chocolate cake almost threw me into a diabetic coma. But it was so good and so flavorful. It really reminded me of Cece's Pizza, the brownie. Oh, bitch. I dream about those brownies. Mm, yeah, it did taste like that, but a lot sweeter. But it was good. But shit, my teeth were hurting after. So maybe, I don't know. If you want the cake, get the cake. If you don't get it. Shit, I don't fucking know. But IKEA was great. I found some, pink decor for my house, some chair cushions for my uncomfortable kitchen table chairs, and just some various things, some candles. I think I'm gonna do a little haul on TikTok of what I got yesterday at IKEA. So if you care, be looking out. I also went to the thrift store and found some very cute pieces there as well that might also make their way to TikTok. So yeah, per. I also hung out with Tasia. For those who be asking, where's Tasia? Tasia is in Tasia Land, and we had a great time. I went and hung out with Greenlee and Prince, and we played. I can't think of the fucking name of the game. It's with the fish. You have like a little hook, and then the fish. The fish are like rotating and opening their mouths, and you're trying to catch them. Yeah, I played that with Green. That was like one of my favorite games growing up as a child that I'd play with my grandmother. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, we're playing that shit. We're playing that shit. And Greenlee and I, it was just so cute. She was getting very frustrated though because she couldn't get the fish. But I was like, patience, mama. Patience is a virtue. It really is. You really have to put that little hook, follow a fish as, the water is turning, and wait for that fish to open its mouth. Yeah, so I don't know why I'm telling y'all that, but it was cute. We hung out. It was a great time. And it had been way too long. So I'm glad I got to hang with my girlie. Also this week, my aunt, she has been cleaning out my great grandmother who passed recently. She's been cleaning out her house. They are preparing to sell it, and they're going to have an estate sale because Nanny has so many antiques and expensive valuables that someone who is very wise is going to have to come help with because there's a lot. But while cleaning out some of the closets, she found a box full of letters that my great grandparents had sent back and forth while my grandfather was in the Vietnam War. I may have recorded my aunt, which, by the way, Boogie, if you're listening, I hope you don't hate me, but I was really inspired by some of these notes, so I started recording. I thought maybe I could get a song intro or something out of it. It was very wholesome. So sorry. I probably should have asked you permission for this first, but I did record my aunt reading some of these letters, and they're so wholesome and so sweet. I'm gonna let you guys hear a clip of one of them because my heart was really pulling on my heartstrings, y'all. So here is one of them. He wrote this one. There's a nail in here. Why would he send a nail? That's weird. Dearest Joe, I'm at Camp Cook, July the 10th, 1952. Just a few something to say I'm okay. I sure hope you are the same. I got your picture yesterday. They are really good. I think you get
prettier all the time. Isn't that sweet? I think you get prettier all the time. I like your hair that way. It is very pretty. I I have been quite busy this week. I've been on guard and have KP both in the same week, and I don't like either one of those. I got a promotion to PFC the 8th. I'm going to try to save a little money. I know we can use it when I get out of the Army. I am making a little pocket change, cutting hair. Not much, but it will help out too. I guess I will have to quit going to town because I just can't keep from spending more than I want to. Did you hear that? Well, darling, I hate to tell you, but I guess I won't be coming home this month unless things really change here. All of us in the 44th Division have been canceled, and for how long, I do not know. All I can say is I would like to be home, and I will come home as soon as I can. The guys in this unit are not so happy. Like me, a lot of them have already got their ticket home and everything planned. The most of them are hoping to get their overseas orders so they can get out of this camp. Baby, you just don't worry. I will be home before long. Honey, I think you misunderstood me when I wrote in previous that the Army may have changed me in some ways. I wish you could forget that because I'm in love with you just as much as ever. Darling, please see what I mean. Well, honey, the lights here are out. We'll have to close from now. Hope to see you soon. All my love, Brooker.
Isn't that so fucking cute? Where are men like that in 2023? You don't find that. You don't see that type of love these days anymore. I would say I am a hopeless romantic. I'm pretty corny and cheesy when it comes to relationships. And I wish that that kind of bond was still very prevalent in today's generation, or I wish people prioritized, aimed for that type of relationship. Nowadays, people are so quick to jump on Tinder or whatever dating service they use. The second there's tension, the second there's a disagreement, and I just feel like back then, love was so pure. I'm sure there were still people fucking on their partners and cheating and whatnot, but that wasn't the case for my great grandparents. And I am very inspired by their love story and relationships from that era because they really fought for their person and they made a commitment for life. They cherished the connection. You know, I asked my nanny in her final week, I'm like, how did y'all manage to stay together so long? And she was like, you know, back then people stuck to their word and we made a commitment to each other. It was hard at times. She got very frustrated with him. Both of them got on each other's nerves, but they made it work. They fought for each other and they put their pride aside and stuck together through thick and thin. And that's something that doesn't seem to be in existence anymore, at least how I've experienced relationships and the various relationships I've watched my friends experience. It's just rare. It's just fucking rare. I mean, those letters, some of them were so funny. Some of them were so cute and sweet. But my nanny, there was like one where I thought it was pretty funny. She was saying something like, I'm sorry if I bothered you with my last letter, But sometimes you have to hear these things and maybe be in a better mood to receive that type of information. Something like that, something along those lines. And I was fucking cackling because it was so sassy and so funny. And I'm like, oh my God, that's why I am the way I am. But she was so sassy and he was so hard-headed and stubborn. And they made it work. They fucking made it work. So pure, so innocent. I'm so happy that my aunt found those letters. She also found my nanny's handwritten recipe book with all of my favorite dishes and cornbread and everything is there. So my aunt is going to scan the letters that they sent back and forth to each other, as well as her cookbook. So I'm very happy about that. That's so happy. We couldn't find the cookbook for a while. She really was scared that they like accidentally donated it, but they didn't, thank God. And now it's going to be something I cherish forever. But let's see what else this week. I've been working on a lot of music. Yeah, I've got some little clips I'm willing to share. Now that I'm in my place, I'm just focused on creating and being better and growing and learning. I'm starting vocal lessons very soon. I'm excited about that. You can never be the best, you know. You can always be better. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So if you've got, you know, a goal in mind or a creative endeavor you want to take on, take a class. Purchase masterclass, maybe. I purchased that shit and I've not watched it at all. I think I watched Christina Aguilera's like 3 episodes in and I just tuned out. And now I have a subscription. It was too late. I tried to cancel. Truth be told, I tried to fucking cancel before the payment went through when I saw how much it actually was. It was too late. So, yeah, but point being made, take a fucking class. I'm about to sharpen my skills, my crafts, so that I can be the best artist possible. So I am going to share a few clips of some things that I have recorded this past week. And yeah, these are not mixed, mastered, engineered. They've not been touched by anybody else but myself. I am not a professional engineer, so if the quality does not sound great, that is why. These are demos and they're very small clips. So here is one of them. You've got some nerve coming round here, loving me the way you do, and I know what I deserve. So yeah, just a clip. I can't give any more away. That was actually a freestyle, so I might change some of the lyrics, but just a vibe. And I'm really happy with how it is sounding so far. I'm going to play another one. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is.
Try Hoy King.
I've been struggling to find the right words to say. Stalling, hoping that someday you'll fit way. Again, just a teaser. Can't be giving away too much. But I actually recorded the rain on that track myself. It was raining. It really fit the vibe. I was in my feelings. And yeah, I like how it sounds so far. This next one, completely different vibe. I even inserted a clip from Mean Girls. This is going to be a very small clip, but here she is.
See, that's the thing with you plastics. You think that everybody is in love with you when actually everybody hates you.
Shut the fuck up before these hands get to catching. Calling me a bitch, that's your energy I'm matching.
Yeah, I need to finish that one. That's about it. That was my life this week. I've got a list of topics, current events, resolutions, habits, trends, and things that need to be left in 2022. I'm going to get into those when I get back from this break. So I'm gonna go on that now. So stay tuned. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna do some rapid fire through these notes because I be just rambling for too long and I get off track. So keep up if you can. If you can't, I'm sorry. I usually can't. So yeah, things that need to be left in 2022. Self-deprecation. Stop talking so horribly about yourself, okay? Just stop. We're gonna wake up every fucking morning and tell ourselves we're beauty queens, whether or not we fully believe that. And over time, you're gonna see that you become that beauty queen because you just kept fucking saying it and believing it, whether or not in that moment you felt it, you know? So, yeah. No more self-deprecation. No more saying I'm not good enough. No more, oh, I look fat today. I look ugly today. Beep, beep, bop, bop, boop, boop, boop. No, no more of that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No more being overly selfless. Selfless. Okay? Not selfish. We need to practice a level of selfishness. Okay, don't become a selfish person. But if you are someone who is typically a yes man or woman, you know, if you're someone who typically is there to give the shirt off your back when someone is in need, putting all of your issues and your obligations and your responsibilities on the back burner to tend to the world's issues and problems and to provide. If you're one of those people, you know, maybe turn the dial back a little bit on that, you know. Practice a little selfishness. Right now is that time for you to do so, okay? You've been too goddamn nice, too available, too good. Now it's time for you to put yourself first. No more showing up when you're not feeling your best. Don't go to that party. Don't go to that event. Don't go to that little kickback, that little smoke sesh if you're not feeling it. Don't put yourself in situations with people. Don't go to places. Don't do things if you're not feeling it. Okay. Also, I'm really speaking for myself. I'm really practicing not going out and doing things when I don't feel my best. When you look good, you feel good, you know, not entirely related to, you know, feeling your best, but just saying, you know, I'm not going to just be going out and about looking like a bum. I can't do it to myself. When I put an effort into presenting myself, I feel more confident, I feel more comfortable, and I have more enjoyable experiences. So if you relate, I guess make sure you're ready. You're ready to leave the house, okay? Polyester clothing, yeah, let's leave that in 2022. I know there's maybe some better quality polyesters, but the fast fashion, all the Shein, Forever 21 and H&M, when you buy a piece of fast fashion that is polyester, I'm telling you it might be cute on the rack, but after one wash, it's coming apart. It's beaded up. It's literally just that fast fashion. So that's why, like, when I do shop at like H&M and anything that's fast fashion, I make sure that it's 100% cotton or something besides polyester, because also it's just not fucking breathable, and you will be sweating, okay, and you'll get stinky unless you got your Lumi. No more investing in unequal ties, unequal relationships, partnerships. If you're putting in more of the work, the majority of the work, if things are unbalanced, uneven, maybe have a conversation before you pull the plug. But if you kind of know what to expect from an individual, if you kind of know what to expect out of a job, a situation, a situationship, instead of getting frustrated and having these emotional outbreaks or these sad eras where you're sitting, pondering, overthinking, or what have you. Instead of doing all that, just stop showing up. Stop involving yourself. Stop wasting your time. Stop fucking wasting your time. Stop making excuses for yourself and for others. Stop accepting excuses, okay? If you want to give a second chance, sure. But third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh chances in, you should have learned your lesson by now. So stop excusing people's behavior with shit like, oh, they're this they have this mental health issue, or oh, this person has trauma from their childhood, or this man he operates this way in our relationship because of this event in the past. No, stop making those excuses, okay? If someone cares, if they value you and your connection, your friendship, your love, whatever the relationship is, they will hear you out and they will validate what you're saying and how you're feeling, and they will do their due diligence to do better. That's the human experience. We're growing, we're constantly learning, and if you're constantly having to excuse someone's behavior or them not showing up or what have you, leave that shit in 2022. Yeah. No more. Don't make excuses for yourself either, okay? Stop lying. Be straight fucking forward. Be fucking for real, okay? You didn't make that phone call because you didn't care. You did not want to make that phone call, okay? Don't blame it on the doctor's appointment or this or that. Stop breadcrumbing people and stop lying to yourself. Also, stop making excuses for not going to the gym or not doing this or not doing that obligation or responsibility or whatever it is that you could be doing to better yourself. You're constantly making excuses. Do better. There is enough time in the week, in the month, for you to make more of an effort. People's lives can be chaotic. They have children, they have jobs, and they still make time for people, their health, and things like that. So not going to invalidate somebody's time or their busyness, level of busy, if you will. But there's room for improvement. Let's be fucking for real. And if you're getting a little tense in the chat right now, I'm talking to you. Okay? LED light strips. Fuck, y'all. They're trash. It was cute on TikTok, but let's move on. LED light bulbs. Come on now. The strips are trash. Leave them in 2022. Also, let's stop buying into garbage that celebrities pump out. Like, I love watching the Kardashians. Not so much because I'm invested in their lives. It's just like the lifestyle, all of that. It's cute and gorgeous. Their style, a lot of it is a little fascinating. It's intriguing. I'm not like a stan. I don't keep up with their every move. I don't pay attention that hard to the show, but I am subscribed to the Kardashians. And one thing I can say, though, I have never bought into anything they've promoted. Now, that's not to say that the Skims aren't good. I don't know personally. I hear good things about them, but I will say the makeup is trash. I'm gonna be 1,000. It's trash. It's never been good. It's never been mediocre, but it's got a name on it, and a lot of people they go crazy. So stop buying into things that celebrities just slap their name on. I truly don't think, I wouldn't believe if they even said that the makeup is something they're truly passionate about. They're passionate about making that coin, which I can respect, but just mean what you say, If you're not in the lab and it's not a passion to create a good formula so that you can put something quality out there, Why keep doing it? Well, because there's a lot of stupid ass fucking people out there who will buy into it. So stop doing that. Okay. Um, let's see. Can we stop dressing like toddlers? Grown ass adults wearing silkies and bonnets and fucking diapers out and about. Melanie Martinez gets a pass because, that was kind of like her whole aesthetic for her album. And, it was like a whole art piece. But if you're going to the goddamn Kroger to get some fucking seaweed and Cocoa Puffs or whatever the fuck you're buying, why do you look like a toddler? Please stop. Be fucking for real. Grow the fuck up. We're going to leave behind identity crises and people who clearly have them. Just be yourself. Be comfortable. Make peace with the person off camera. Now, this one is more so to, well, I guess even people in small town people, they post online and they highlight the best and they put on a show. Even people who don't get the views, they still do this shit too. So this is a broad statement. Okay, be at peace with the person you are offline. I'll say that. Okay. Recognize that you're not exactly who you portray yourself to be. Have that epiphany, that realization. Stop putting on a show. Everything doesn't have to be a performance for the world, for your group of friends, or for your small town, or whoever you're flexing for, or creating a persona for. Just stop. Just stop. We're going to leave behind people, places, and things that make you uncomfortable. Okay? That just goes back to making excuses. If you have exhausted yourself with a job, a friend, a partner, family, you know what to expect. Okay? At this point, so stop putting yourself in those situations. Yeah. We're going to leave the emotional reactions behind, or we're going to keep them to a minimum in 2023. Yeah. Get your point across without getting worked up. Be straight to the fucking point. Don't beat around the bush. Say what you mean what you say. Okay? And don't get hurt or don't get so worked up. Just express yourself calmly. Yeah. I think a lot of people like to push your buttons, and recognizing that is also just something people really need to do. Recognize when there's someone who's just constantly going to press your buttons because they know they're going to get a reaction out of you. Stop putting yourself in that situation, okay? Because you look crazy every time. I've looked crazy every time, and I'm tired. Okay, so where was I at? Yeah, get your point across without getting emotional or worked up. Maybe if you didn't bottle things up, Camo, and you just said things in the moment, wouldn't get to certain points. But yeah. Accepting the bare minimum. No more of that. No more. Again, if something is not evenly balanced and you've expressed, hey, I'm not feeling like I, am a priority in your life, or I don't feel like you're respecting me or making time for me or showing up for me the way I show up for you, or what have you. We're going to leave that behind. Yeah. I got into a relationship before. I mentioned that in the past, and he did a lot of great things that I had not ever experienced. He's a great guy. But when I would kind of talk to some of my close friends about some of these gestures that really were so sentimental to me, they're like, okay, and that's not a big deal. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, that's the bare minimum. Not saying that he's a bare minimum ass guy. I'm just saying, like, that relationship really put things into perspective for me, because I'm like, oh, I can't just accept people doing the bare minimum of just keeping tabs occasionally, or, like, you need to have people around you who pay attention, who listen, who care, who hear you out, who recall things that you've mentioned, people who go out of their way to remind you of your place in their life, who make you feel valued. Okay, so if you're just in a friendship or a relationship where y'all kind of just tolerate each other, and this person is not providing to you what they need to, or what you're expecting out of them, stop accepting it. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if I got that point across. I don't know, I was kind of all over the place like everything else in my life. We're gonna stop putting people and celebrities on pedestals, people that you don't know, I'll say, online. This is really more so for the listeners. I'm telling you, y'all would be very upset if you really knew some of the people that you are subscribed to. And this is not an indirect or any shade to anyone that I'm affiliated with. I'm saying a very general statement of, I've met a lot of people online who were perceived so well, and they were just so sweet online, and they were monsters offline. So let's stop putting people on pedestals and assuming that they're not like this or they would never do that, because when the allegations come forward with your favorite artist and or what have you, because they usually do. I mean, they've got a past. Everyone's just so shocked, like, oh my God, what? Come on now. You glorified this individual and you expected so much out of them. They're a human being. So stop putting them on a pedestal, and maybe you won't feel so let down when you realize they're a human being and they do fucked up shit. Okay, shit. Can we leave the Facebook screen time scams, if you know what I mean, in 2022? Like, okay, you've seen those videos on Facebook that are like 20 minutes long, and there's just all this fucking build up. It's usually some fucking Caucasian bitch in her kitchen putting a frosted cookie in a waffle maker, and they're like painting the scene like they're about to give you this life hack, or just like give you this light bulb moment, or teach you something. And you're sitting there watching. At this point now, it's usually just older people who don't understand what's really going on. But what's going on is now there's 10,000 people at the same moment. Because Facebook, there's a lot of people. So there's all these people watching the same fucking video at the same time. Thus, the algorithm pushing it even more and more and more. And Facebook pays fucking well. They do. They pay really good in comparison to all these other fucking apps. So what y'all are doing by sitting there wasting your fucking time, and then at the end you're disappointed because nothing came of it. They didn't even show you fucking anything. It was just nonsense. They just made a fucking bag. They made your salary off these videos. And here we are just wasting fucking time. Let's cancel that shit. I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired. Yeah. Overly explaining yourself. Kind of, here I am, overly explaining myself. I gotta stop that, y'all. Please hold me accountable, please. Constantly feeling the need to relate. Now, what I mean by that is, as human beings, we have a tendency to hear people and listen to their stories. But a lot of people, and I've been guilty of it in the past. I'm not perfect. will take the floor from that person immediately to share, oh, well, that reminds me of this story. And then we go on a long tangent. Stop that. Or at least tone it down a bit. Okay. It's okay to express that relatability, I guess. Like, oh, yeah, but sometimes, just listen, just shut the fuck up. You don't constantly have to relate. Because some instances, I just feel like it's inappropriate. Someone's like actively going through something, a hardship, and they're coming to you for comfort, or they're just talking because no one's listening. And instead of addressing what's going on, you completely take the floor, and it's very selfish and self-centered. So if you are somebody who does that, read the room, okay? Learn when it is appropriate to do that. If y'all are like, it's silly, fun vibe and everyone's laughing and kikiing and blah, say blah, sure. But like, it's not a competition. So when somebody is going through something, at least listen and validate them, and don't feel eager or even the need to share unless there is like a takeaway, some like seed of hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people will just like share their story that happened 6 years ago, but there was like no takeaway from it. It's just like, oh, you're just talking to talk about yourself. So stop that, please. And that goes for myself as well. So if anyone listening is feeling triggered or attacked, that was not a personal attack. Please stop making everything about you. Which goes into my next point, victim mentalities. We're leaving that in 2022. No more of that, please. Please, I can't. The world is not out to get you. Everybody is not is not as against you as you think. Okay? Take accountability. Sometimes things go south because you weren't as good as you thought you were. Sometimes things don't work out in your favor because you didn't apply yourself. Sometimes things happen because you weren't prepared. You showed up late to work 10 days in a row because why? You didn't leave the house early enough and you had to go get fucking Starbucks. It used to be me. Take accountability, okay? Stop blaming the traffic. Yeah, the traffic, sure, it was bad, but you knew there was going to be traffic at fucking 4 o'clock. Come on now, be fucking for real, bitch. This ain't your first time on the highway. Come on. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always something else. Can we fucking leave behind the like for part twos? I'm tired of it. It turns into part like 25 video series. Put that shit on YouTube. Also, like, half the time people say like for part two, there's not even a part two. It's a fucking scam. It's another scam. Stop feeding into the scams, okay? I'm also tired of celebrities duetting, like big TikTokers, or taking advantage of viral moments, if you will, and making it about them. Like, I see so many times there'll be like a brand, or maybe not a brand, a designer perhaps, or a celebrity, an actor, a singer, or whoever that's like completely been washed up, and they see someone like raving over them or something that involves them, and they like duet it, like this blind reaction. Which, another thing, please, the blind reacts are never blind reacts. It's always, I was sent this video 100 times and told to watch it, so I'm gonna watch it. And they sit there and they're like faking all these emotions and these it's all for themselves. Okay, I'm tired of seeing it. It's so tacky and tasteless. Okay, so stop that shit. I'm tired of it. This isn't your moment. If you want to respond, sure. Send them a care package or something. Send them a meet and greet. You're getting on TikTok to make it about you now. This person went through this horrible tragedy, and they're talking about how your music really got them through a tough time, but they're like the only one listening to you at this point. And now you've made things about yourself. That's not even a particular instance. I don't even know where I just came up with all that. But, I see a lot of celebrities get on TikTok, and you can just feel the energy. It's like selfish motives. It's not because they care about the cause or the person. Anyways, now that we've talked about things that we're gonna get out of, let's talk about some good New Year's resolutions. Rapid fire, I'm gonna try. Okay. Cutting out toxicity. Boom. I can't. I ain't showing up. I ain't got time. Um, we're gonna practice some moderation. Everything is okay in moderation. Okay, so let's start treating ourselves maybe once a week, not every other day, not every 3 days. Um, it was okay that I had those 2 chocolate pies at or cakes, whatever it was, at IKEA last night. It's okay because I had been doing so well. But then the next day I didn't need to have s'mores, and the day before I didn't need to have ice cream. So moderation. Work hard a week, and then treat yourself. Moderation. We're gonna be working more. Have the space to do so. So again, no more excuses. Let's be working more. Okay. Let's focus on quality over quantity. Okay. Content creators, if you're listening, stop posting just to post. It really shows. Okay. That was something that I had to really practice in 2022. So focus on creating good quality content or something that you're, more proud of. Okay, don't just start pumping out shit. Stop wasting time. That's something we're gonna stop doing. We're gonna focus on making the most of our time spent. A resolution that I'm gonna practice is sparing other people's feelings at the expense of my comfortability. Kind of goes back to what I was leaving in 2022, but speak up. We're gonna speak up. Don't let your fear of, well, what if this person doesn't like what I have to say? Don't let that keep you from speaking your mind, because then you only hurt yourself in the long run. If they walk out of your life because you were honest, well, sorry. Don't sacrifice your comfortability to spare somebody's feelings. Prioritize sleep. That is on the top of my to-do list this year. Yeah, I can't be sleeping for 4 hours, going to bed at 5 and waking up at 9. Who the fuck does that? 7 days a fucking week too. Once in a blue moon, sure, but fuck, this ain't high school anymore, Camo. Get it the fuck together. Another thing I personally am practicing is talking less and listening more. Be mysterious. Play mysterious mamas. If you remember that story, cool. If you don't, well, be a mysterious mama sometimes. Okay, listen to people. Don't feel the need to fill silence with nonsense. That's another thing that I just thought of. Leave that in 2022. Yeah. Also, we're gonna be cleaning the house more. Okay. I am. We're. Who is we're? Me and the cats. The fucking cats can't pick up a goddamn broom. Anyways, traveling more. I said rapid fire, and here I am. I'm just gonna read my fucking notes at this point because I'm a fucking hour in, bitch. Okay, so some good habits for this year. Treating myself once a week. Keeping the treating minimum. Okay. Getting back to the basics. Family, music, friends. The things that matter. Prioritizing mental health. That is on my to-do list. Prioritizing peace and my creative outlets. Music. Nothing makes me feel better. Nothing makes me feel most at peace than when I have created something that I'm proud of. So I really need to get back into heavily creating music and pushing through those creative blocks, Breaking routines, breaking out of mundane everyday things. Some people get real comfortable doing the same thing again and again and again, and it works. There's a rhyme and a reason, but get out there a little more. Do something. Put yourself out there. Go places. Try something new, okay? Everything doesn't have to be so routine, but also get in good routines. Duality. There we go. Practice creating new healthy habits and routines, like as a baseline, your usual day, but also make time to be spontaneous. Okay. we're going to be holding off on fun and spending time with friends and loved ones until our obligations, our responsibilities, our work is finished, okay? More grocery shopping, less eating out, making doctor's appointments, doing more and talking less. Ooh. Here I am reading that to myself, and I'm like, damn, I already kind of like just teased the girls with new music. And that's kind of like what I don't want to be doing. I want to stop talking about it and just doing it. Like, I showed you all those clips, but those songs aren't even done. Like, shit. Finish the damn songs. You're talking about songs that aren't even fucking finished, Camo. So here we are reading a fucking note that I'm already fucking up, okay? I'm gonna travel more this year. That is a goal of mine. But yeah. Anyways, those were my New Year's resolutions. Most of my notes. But now let's get into some current events. Okay, enough about me. Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. That situation. People have been dick riding this man. I will say I've liked many of his songs. He is talented. But everyone was so quick to pick sides and just deny that it was him and really just defend him and really take his side of things. And no one was really upset. I mean, there were people upset on the other side, on Megan's side. But all these people who were so for Tory Lanez, it's like they didn't give a fuck that this woman's foot was shot. She was literally shot at, okay? And instead of hearing that reality, that truth, it was, oh, it wasn't Tory, it wasn't Tory. Even like his father leaving the courtroom, making them big ass public speeches out there, and like, y'all will not prosper. And now there's leaked phone conversations where he admits to doing it. That's what I mean by putting people on a pedestal. You love their music so much, you like this person so much that you just assume they're not like that, or they wouldn't do that, or that ain't my boy, not my favorite artist, no, bitch, people are nasty. And he did that shit and he admitted to it. And so I'm glad that there is finally some justice. However, I don't think he'll be spending all those 22 years in prison. Whatever. Take off. His murder allegedly is out of jail on $1 million bond. Kind of crazy to think that this icon of a being was, according to the reports, an innocent bystander gets murdered. A celebrity. Not that a celebrity matters more, but it's like everyone knows now. This icon is murdered wrongfully, and this person's not spending the rest of their life in prison? What? And who paid this $1 million bond? Who is... Anyways, lots of evidence there. Dive into that, if you will, but I'm a little disgusted by that. Rest in peace. SZA's album, in good news, SOS, is now the first R&B album made by a female artist that spent its first 3 weeks on the Billboard 200 at #1 since Beyonce's self-titled album. Yeah, that was back in 2013. So SZA, this is your moment, okay? I mean, you've already had your moments, but this is another big moment, and I'm so happy for you, Queen. Andrew Tate. Some of you's Lord and Savior, probably nobody listening to me is subscribed or ever did, but a lot of guys out there, all these guys, like, it's so funny the amount of men I've heard be like, oh, you know, I don't really like Andrew Tate, but he does make a good point here, or do that. Bitch, you're fully subscribed. That's your boy. That's your man. And now look at him. They tracked him down, according to my research. They tracked him down because he like made a video in the pizza box. They found, you know, the area he was in and busted his ass. And now he's He's going away where he belongs. Human trafficking? Okay, y'all. Here we go again, putting people on pedestals. That's fucking sick. And I guarantee you, people are still going to make excuses. So, on that note, I'm going to fucking get the fuck up out of here. Okay? So, thanks for tuning in again. I love y'all. And I hope you're having a great, beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, hot day. Happy New Year. Make the most of it. Get in good routines. Take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself. Put yourself first. Okay? Put yourself out there. Be spontaneous. Explore. Focus on your craft. Be creative. And be great.